Hello, welcome to another episode of East Boo Saga. I'm Boo Lawson. This one is Elbaf going to have Luffy's ultimate nightmare. This is a bit of a fun one. I've been reading over some old chapters and refreshing myself on everything Elbaf. This is, as I presume, as many do, including the Straw Hats as well, that we're headed to Elbaf. We're hopefully in for what will be a smooth enough journey. I doubt there'll be any complications whatsoever that arise as we trail through the murky waters towards the giant island. Complications in Elbaf are going to be a bit of a theme in this video. I'm not so sure we'll be just like cruising into the port of Elbaf. Brooks has got tunes cranking, he's doing his thing. Nami and Sanji and maybe Chopper are packing the supplies, getting the bags ready. Usopp finally is looking forward to going somewhere instead of running away from somewhere. You know, even though it's an objectively scary place that they're going to, a giant island. They might even roll into the waters over the wreckage of Kid's ship. Or maybe even they could come into Elbaf and they could sail over where Kid's ship was put down. Or they could never know. Or better yet, Dory and Broggy could point out, oh yeah, and Shanks absolutely smashed the crap out of that Kid guy. You remember that Kid guy? You guys might have known him. Anyway, yeah, we destroyed his ship after that too because he was being a prick. Elbaf gonna Elbaf. You know, they could reveal it that Shanks had low-diff Kid into obscurity. There's that. That could put some hair on Usopp's chest. You know, he wouldn't be so keen. Anyway, with all that preamble aside, I have been reminded in my studies of Elbaf, the giants of Warland, that they are intensely proud people who are extremely strict in keeping with their customs, traditions, beliefs, and all that sort of thing. They are religious and spiritual creatures of habit. One of these sort of rituals, if you will, one of their special events is held every year. It's the winter solstice. During this time, as part of tribute to their sun god, wink, 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 the giants undergo a fasting period of 12 days. It's 12 days of big bellies, not full of a lot of food. That's probably enough food is saved to run a normal human village for several months probably in those 12 days. They only have water during those 12 days to sustain them. Now, before they fast, they first eat their fill of a spiced wheat bread bun that they generally enjoy called Selma, that they eat to sustain them for when they can't eat. I say generally enjoy because the giant Hajradin from the Corridor Coliseum in Dressrosa, apparently that's his least favorite food. That might be because Big Mom loved it so much. Her needing to eat more of that food meant that eventually she would use that as a catalyst to go crazy. That would ruin her relationship with the giants of Elbaf forever. Up until now, at least. Its description does sound intriguing. If you look up what is in the food, it sounds pretty crazy. Okay, there's a reason, though, that I'm talking about food today. It's because I wish to bring attention to our chief protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, king of the Lords of Food. I want to pose the question, is Luffy not being able to survive without food going to be an issue here? Should the Straw Hats participate in the winter solstice? Is Luffy not being able to eat going to be a big deal? Yes, I'm asking that question. Yes, I think it could be an issue. Yes, I think it would be funny. It's exactly the sort of stupid thing, Sanji nosebleed style problem that could present as a major problem moving forward. Or is it that the giants of Elbaf are going to be way more chill with this? Are they going to be oh, Luffy, he's obviously the sun god. We need him to eat when he wants to eat, right? Or maybe they'll see the sun god and be like, okay, damn the ritual. We've got the sun god back. We don't need to not eat during this period and everyone will eat. Or maybe Luffy, as the sun god character, will say to them, hey, why aren't you guys eating? I, as your god, recommend that you should be eating. And maybe that's what will change the behavior. Are the giants of Elbaf more chill when it concerns humans and outsiders? Do you still have to follow the rules of the winter solstice? Big Mum wasn't a giant, however strange and ridiculous that may seem. She was expected to not eat during the fast, if my memory serves correctly. Now, there are a number of problems that arise when Luffy doesn't eat. If the giants do care and Luffy tries not to eat, then one, Luffy isn't as strong. We know that when he eats, he's able to sustain gear 5, get gear 5th longer. Luffy is better when he eats. He doesn't get hangry, he doesn't get weak. It's like Popeye's spinach or Asterix's red potion. Remember on Egghead, he was given food by some strange person and he was able to fight for longer or get back his strength. Who even fed him anyway? Did I miss that? Does anyone know? Because I don't know. I don't remember. So if people know, let me know. The second thing, Luffy might cause beef with Elbaf's ruling class or authorities or Dory and Broggy or someone who's important within the community. Who knows, right? Luffy has been shown to not necessarily go with people's intense cultural customs and sacred grounds and things like that, as we've seen in Skypiea. He doesn't give a rat's about anything that would restrict his actual personal freedoms. They might not care because they see Luffy as the god in question. And they might exclude him from the festival altogether, or they might treat him to something else, give him some better food, show Sanji some crazy food that they only cook when the god comes back to the village. I don't know. My third thing is, Big Mom went on a food rampage that tore up Elbaf, and it lives on in the memories of the people in that place as a psychological sort of incident really affected them. Big Mom lives on in the minds of the people of Elbaf. The damage that she did lives on in the minds of the people of Elbaf. And the fact that she was so hungry will probably live on in the minds of the people of Elbaf. Luffy were to kick up a stink about it, go on any sort of tirade because of the food he can't get, I just feel like it would be a sour sort of point among the villagers of Elbaf. I'm sure other people can think of ways that these rituals as a backdrop for the arc of Elbaf might present problems for the Straw Hats. For example, Sanji would feed Luffy if he was hungry. He won't let anyone go hungry. Captain's orders are absolute, as he puts it. So Sanji's the kind of headstrong, I think, that might run into, some brick walls here. There might be some real headstrong clashes in this arc, I'm feeling. Dory and Broggy fought for a long-ass time. They fought alone on an island to uphold the sanctity and honor of their people and their proud practices, right? Yet again, we saw Zoro go full cold when Usopp lost his duel to Luffy, had his big fight with the crew, and when he lost that duel, Zoro demanded that he upend his hold of the gentleman's agreement. If he was going to come back, he had to come back with his tail between his legs, well and truly. I don't know why, but I think we're going to run into some sort of issue of cultural difference in Elbaf. Something's going to get lost in translation. I think it's how, Big Mum kept trying, and everything she did just made the relationship with the giants so much worse. And I feel like that energy is still in the air for me somewhat with the giants, and I think something could go wrong there. Everyone acts like they're very, very easygoing. I don't think Luffy's going to kill anyone's sacred leader like Jorl or whatever the giant king was that Big Mum put down. But I can see some dark futures. I can see tradition, hubris, difficulties with race relations. like a lot of testosterone and like a literal island that's named after war, not necessarily being the best breeding ground for like a happy-go-lucky experience. It seems like a bit of a powder keg for some of the personalities that are in the Straw Hats crew, frankly. It won't be like Luffy going like 12 days, no food, make Luffy go something, something. But I can see things going south quick. I think every arc needs like good complications and themes, and a lot of these One Piece arcs, when they get to the island, a lot of it is like a stupid reason that spirals out of control. They get involved, they start to meet new characters. Yeah, it makes me think of the line from the old Paul Newman movie, Cool Hand Luke. Like, what we have here is a failure to communicate. I can't wait to see what sort of lunacy, insanity, and fun we have, whatever Oda has in store for us, if we do actually get to Elbaf. Like, I hope that's pretty much been well and truly underlined for us. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Write stuff down. Comment. Yeah, fee, fi, fo, food. The saga continues.